that's still fairly, you know, easy to do. And I think, you guys, I am heading towards Yabitsutoge, and I'm gonna meet up with 819S, and I'm gonna ride with him for the morning. I have work in the afternoon in Tokyo, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update and also talk about work life, bike life, family life balance. But before I get into that interesting topic, I want to just give you a quick update. You probably noticed that I haven't been as regular in posting up on the channel, and that's because it is the busiest time for me in the year. I have a side business, which I won't get into right now because that's a whole nother topic in itself, but I have a side business that I run on the weekends. So aside from my teaching throughout the week, right now is the busiest time for my side hustle, and that means I don't really get a day off for over a month, maybe 5 weeks or so. So right now I'm right in the middle of it. I'm extremely busy, but the good thing is that my work doesn't take all day. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that's why I've been, hey, that's a cool Jeep. That's why I haven't been as consistent with my videos. I realize, like, no matter how busy you are, you gotta do the things that help you relax, help you, looks like there's some cops up there. Gotta do the things that help you recharge, and riding is one of those things. It can be pretty tiring to work every day. You want to just sleep. I still get out and ride when I can because I know that in the end that's gonna give me energy. That's gonna mentally recharge me, and it's gonna help me be a bit more fresh and kind of energized for the week ahead. So that's why I still get out and ride, even though it's a busy time, and even though I only have like a morning off or something like that. Okay, so that's a quick update. Now let's get into this topic of bike life, family life, work-life balance. And I always feel a little nervous over taking police. Hopefully they'll turn off here. Yep, they are. Yeah, baby. Oh, maybe they want police, I don't know. Alright, yeah, bike life, work life, family life. Yeah, that's a big topic. If you're single and you're not in a relationship, you're not married, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have kids, and things are a lot more simple. And you just gotta balance your hobby. You gotta just balance bike life with work life, and you know. And I think that's fairly easy for most people, especially if you have a regular job or a part-time job, or, you know, just 5 days a week kind of thing. It's fairly easy to fit in your bike life and hobby and all of that on the weekends. But the challenge comes in when you've got to share that time with more people. For example, let's say you're in a relationship, you're married. And it becomes even more so more challenging if you've got kids. So first of all, I just want to say that I'm no expert on this topic, and I'm still learning. Aren't we all? I'm still figuring out how to balance it all, but I just wanted to get the conversation started and see, like, what you guys think about the balance. You know what, I really don't like doing vlogs and showing you the back of a big dry chilled frozen Nakajima truck, or just, you know, having to weave through traffic. It can be interesting sometimes, but I don't know, I'd rather be showing you something interesting while talking about it. So, you know what, I think I'm going to cut this off here, and I'm going to get back to you guys in a bit. Actually, you know what, let's just keep going, and we'll see. If I want to do it again, I will. Alright, so balance. Let's talk about it. Obviously, in an ideal relationship, let's say you're married or you're in a relationship, the ideal is that you both give allowances to each other to pursue your hobbies, to hang out with other friends. You're not controlling, you're not stifling. In fact, you encourage each other to pursue other hobbies and pursue your dreams, and kind of, you know, do the things that make you happy. And that's the ideal relationship, and that will give you time to do bike life, and also, you know, be in a relationship, a healthy relationship that's, you know, allows you to grow. Look at that cool Kawasaki. The reality is that probably your I'm just gonna say girlfriend or wife, because I think like 90, I looked at the statistics on my YouTube, but I think it's like 97% of you guys are male. So let's just say, you know, girlfriend or wife, they'll want to spend time with you. If they're not into the bike life with you, they're not into riding with you and all of that, then they're gonna be vying for your time. They're gonna want some of that time that you give, and I think that's just where you gotta, it becomes a little more challenging. You gotta just make sure that you are able to give enough time to the relationship to keep it healthy. Of course, you want to start with a good relationship to start with, but you know, you want to make sure that your wife or your girlfriend feels loved, that they feel special, that they're, you know, that they, you know, if this person is important to you, you want them to understand that. And I think initially it can be pretty tough, because when you get a new bike and you get, like, if you get into the whole bike life thing, man, it can be easy to just really want to go all out, and you know, it's the bike or nothing, you know, kind of thing. And you always see all those memes on Instagram, or, you know, stupid stuff, I think. But you know, anyways, you know, it's the regular dude, you know, kind of thing. You want to say, yeah, you know, that's what the bike's for, man. I told him that it was me or the bike. That was the longest wheelie I've ever seen him do. Whatever, you know, whatever. I told him it was me or the bike, and should I help you pack? You know, all that sort of stuff. But reality is, you know, if the relationship was not healthy in the first place, or, you know, it wasn't important to you, then, you know, that's the way it's going to go. But let's say you are in a good relationship, you actually love your wife and your girlfriend, and they really mean a lot to you, and they're really cool. So you want to make sure that that's, you know, that you don't lose that. And in the end, you know, really, that's still fairly, you know, easy to do, and I think you can work it out, you know, even if this is kind of bad, but you know, if the relationship goes south, it's a lot less complicated if you don't have kids, you know. Once you've got kids in the mix, you know, then you've got some serious responsibilities. Well, you know, it complicates things. I wouldn't say complicates things. I would just say it just adds, it's like level, you know, level 5, you know, things start getting tricky. So I have kids. I'm married, and I've got 4 boys, and I love them. I love my family, and I love spending time with them, and I think that that's important. Like, if you really don't like kids, don't have them, because they're going to be a whole lot of work. But and also, if you don't enjoy spending time with your family, if your family life is broken, then yeah, man, that bike, that you're gonna be saying, man, that's what the bike's for, man. You know, you got marriage problems, that's what the bike's for. Just get away, kind of thing, you know. But I really actually enjoy spending time with my family. I love doing adventures with them and all that sort of stuff. So sometimes I'm torn. Like I want to get out and ride. I want to do this epic trip. I want to do a 2-day ride with a bunch of guys, you know, and go some places I've never gone and just really put some distance between me and the home and everything, and just kind of forget everything, you know. At the same time, the time I have for vacations and for the time I have for family too is very limited, because, you know, it's challenging. Look at this cool car, Toyota Soarer. It's a Blatz. What kind of name is a Blatz for a car, huh? What do you ride? I ride a Blatz. Pretty cool though. Yeah, so I actually really enjoy doing stuff with my family. I love camping with them, going, you know, doing outdoors kind of stuff with them. So, but then I also enjoy getting out and riding. So, you know, that's the thing that you're gonna have to balance. If you've got kids and if you love that, I think, you know, if you love riding and you love doing stuff with them, it's going to be a real balancing act. And the reality is, like, if you've got young kids, if you're going into having a family and all of that, that's where the adjustment comes in. I think if you've started out with no kids, or single, or, you know, married but no kids, then, you know, pretty much all your time is your own, and you've got one other person who ideally understands where you're coming from and allows you to pursue your hobbies and your passions and things like that. So that's all pretty simple. But then once you start having kids, then you got to be on call a bit more. You got to help with the baby, you got to change diapers, all that sort of stuff, yada yada yada, all that sort of stuff you already know. So the reality is that you actually will probably get a little less seat time, and that's just sort of a mental adjustment that you need to make, and something that you need to come to grips with. On the other side, I started riding once my kids were all, you know, a little bit older. They were out of their diapers and stuff, and then I started really getting into riding and got into motovlogging, and now I feel like, wow, you know, how far can I go with this? I really want to get into this whole bike life thing all out. But then the balance is like, wait a minute, I still have my responsibility to my kids. I got to do fun stuff with them. You know, they say if you want to be in your kids' memories in the future, you've got to be in their lives today. And, you know, I absolutely for that. I definitely, like, in the future, I want to do awesome stuff with them. I want to ride around Japan on motorbikes with my boys, explore other countries, all sorts of, you know, God, I'm looking forward to all that fun stuff with them. Here we go, heading out of the big bad city. Oh, this feels good. Feels good. Anywho, so look, that's the challenge, guys. I think what I will do is, this is getting really long, so I'm gonna have to split this up. But I think in the next video I want to talk about some ideas that some ideas that we can, as fathers, as riders, as you know, how can we balance some practical ideas on how we can balance bike life, family life, and work life. All right, guys, Peace out. I'll talk to you guys later.